Hey guys, I got a new drink here I'm trying. It's rain. Now we all know that I almost always drink Monsters, but at this Terrible's I was just looking at some stuff and I saw this and it said jalapeno strawberry. That looks good. And actually, I tasted it, and it is good. I like it. So, not saying Monster's got much competition, but I will drink this every once in a while. So. Hey guys, so I just picked up Allan and from Las Vegas and beyond, and we are on 93 North. We're heading up to Pioche, and we're gonna check out the Overland Saloon there and hotel, which is historic, and the Ghost Adventures have done their investigations there, and of the Boot Hill Cemetery, which we're going to go visit as well. So we're looking forward to visiting this town because and I've been there before. It's the deadliest town in the Old West. So you can argue that if you want, but I think the facts are the facts. So, and we'll tell you more about all that pretty soon, but we're going to have a great day.
We are going to have a great day.
So good to have Allan with me. Heading up to Pioche like we said earlier, and we stopped here at the Sinclair place to get some gas, and you'll notice I've got my straw hat on now because, you know, it's Easter Sunday this Sunday, and so that's when you can break out your straw hats after Easter. So that's what we're gonna do. It's really good to be back here with Allan. As y'all remember, we did the Tonopah and Goldfield series, and then I guess we saw each other. They came to Kingman, and then went up to what was the place? Hackberry General Store, and that was a fun day. Yeah. But it's just me and Allan this time, so the Outlaws are coming to Pioche.
That's right. I need to get a straw hat too.
We got, you know, I'll hook you up. So it's gonna be fun. and they would use the buckets going down, because the buckets are pretty heavy. The buckets would go down over this hill down to the mine, and they would come back up because the weight of the buckets would pull the weight of the ore. So that's pretty ingenious. They would use gravity mostly. They also had a 5 horsepower engine to make sure things got where they wanted to go. But this was in operation from 1920s to the 1930s. This is pretty cool. This is the U.S. meridian latitude mark, 100 meridians. So that's pretty good. So when they mark explorations, this would be the 100th meter meridian. So they would do, this marks the start of explorations going west. And this was put here in 1892, so that's pretty cool. Now I'm gonna walk up this hill some more. Let's see. I don't know if you can see Allan. I'm up on this mountainside and he's down there. I'll try to point him out. Yellow jacket, like right in there somewhere on the road. Allan's flying his drone, getting some great shots, I'm sure. And I'm up here climbing this mountain because, you know why? It's here, so I gotta climb it. So I'm doing. Okay, I made it up to the top of this hill or mountain or whatever you want to call it. It seems like a mountain to me. And I was down there where my vehicle is. I think it's about right there. Climbed up here. What a view. And right down there is Main Street, Pioche. Oh. The drone's filming me. Now I got to get back off of this thing and not get hurt. So I made it up, no injuries. So we'll see how I do getting down. Should be fun. I was standing over just over here, right here. And I thought, well, this one's a little bit higher, so I've got to go to the highest spot. Now I'm at the highest spot. You can see both sides of Pioche from up here. Guys, this is pretty amazing. I'm standing right exactly on the 100th meridian west and looking down at Pioche, and it's pretty daggone cool. Pretty cool. So I did manage to make it off of the mountain. We headed down to Pioche and we checked in to the Overland Hotel and Saloon. So these are the paranormal investigators?
Yeah, and Ted.
Do y'all want to be on my YouTube channel?
Yeah, why don't?
Oh, come on, guys.
Come over the room with us.
What's your YouTube called?
The Frontiersman Travel Adventures, and this is
Las
Vegas and beyond.
Okay.
Yep. Girls, they're paranormal investigators, but they... Now, I'm not... Did you feel something cold when you walked in here?
Yeah,
Did
it's hard
you?
to breathe too.
I did too. So right here, it's cold. Now, I don't know. Maybe the fan, maybe, yeah. Let's say, well, I'm gonna blame it on the fan. Yeah, the fans. This is pretty big though, isn't it? You guys are gonna have fun. I hope I don't hear scream. Are you kidding me? Oh, God.
Oh, are you talking about that one of those YouTubers?
Yes.
Where he mapped it to the wall?
Yes, and
See it?
then it went into there.
Yeah.
Someone already pooped.
Girl!
I do smell. Who's got the nice perfume?
Right?
You smell it right
Do you
here?
like? Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
And that's
that's the best they said you get paralyzed at. Yeah, that was hard to breathe.
Oh, then I'm not what?
Hey, the lights aren't working in here.
well, we're in room 10, and I'll tell you a little bit about that later. These nice people have let us into the room, and they're putting up with my vlogging. I appreciate you guys. So it's fun.
This is pretty nice.
It is a big room, isn't it?
It's huge.
That sounded like we got a big fan in here.
Grandma, this is, hey, that's the bed that they said you get paralyzed at.
Oh,
You're not-
that. Oh, I can't move.
It looks comfy.
In this bed.
Are you sleeping in this bed?
Yeah.
Oh,
He doesn't mind at all. But you were saying 3 people were paralyzed in
Yeah.
this bed right here.
I guess they're awake, but they can't move.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
This young brave soul was going to sleep in that bed.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
He'll probably sleep like a log.
It has an odor in here, huh?
Guys, incidentally, Allan is staying in 14, and right there is room 10. The entrance to room 10 is right there, so he's pretty close, and you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see if he makes it through the night. Hey, he made it through the night at the Clown Motel, so we'll see.
And I went to go to the toilet, and I swear the shower curtains made a crunching noise, and I was like, okay, I'm done. We're out. I'm done. We're done.
I think she needs to use the restroom somewhere else.
Yeah. out of this vicinity. Not in here though. Yeah. Grandpa, do you need help?
On there?
Yeah,
Good, thank you. Yeah, because
I would go pee in the curtain.
she's felt like
Yeah.
when I walked in, when I walked in the room, you felt the same thing I did, didn't
Yeah.
you? So that was weird, that little cold air. And it's crazy. We'll be seeing y'all tonight, hopefully.
Alright, I'm like feeling a little dizzy in here.
Yeah, it is. Guys, this is actually pretty fun. We got this young lady. What's your name?
My name's Emerald.
Emerald. She's been scared to death since she got here.
Yeah.
And then your cousin?
Yeah.
And she's not scared at all.
No.
And it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's good people.
Are you guys staying here?
Yeah, I'm staying in this room, 23, the Bears Den. And Allan's at 14, which is right beside a 10.
Well, we got
So after meeting that great family, Allan and I went on down to the Overland Saloon, had a drink before we headed up to the cemetery. Guys, as you know, I don't drink a lot of beer because it makes me feel bloated, but when I do, I always drink a Coors, and it seems like the last time I had a beer was either in Tombstone or, which was most likely, or at the Overland Saloon, or one of these saloons out here in Nevada. So I don't know if that makes me validate my cowboy hat or not, but cheers to the banquet beer. Alright, so as you can see, me and Allan are here. We've saddled up to the bar at the Overland Saloon.
It's good. That beer is actually pretty good.
It is.
I'm thirsty.
Me too. So, and I'm also worn out from climbing up top of that mountain. It's a mountain in my mind. You might think it's a hill, but it is a mountain to me.
I cheated. I used the drone to get up there.
He did.
And I wasn't nearly as tired as Walt.
I'd have rode that drone if I could have. Hey guys, so Allan and I are back at Boot Hill Cemetery, and I've been here a couple times, done a couple of videos, but this place never gets old. And every time I come, I learn something new, something interesting about Pioche. So awesome place, and we're going to do a nighttime investigation tonight as well. And so here's the cemetery right here. And one thing that's interesting is you can see that this section from this fence to that fence is separate from the other cemetery. What they did was they buried the incorrigible, the murderers, those kind of guys. They buried them right here on this section of the cemetery, as opposed to putting them with everybody else. So, and I know I've told you about this in other videos, but if you hadn't watched it, the thing to remember is that 72 people died of murder, violent deaths, before one person in Pioche died of natural causes. Think about that. 72 murders before one natural death. And that's because this was a mining town. This town was deadlier than Tombstone. There were more murders in this time that the mine was going on than any other place in history. Evidently, you can see the aerial tram right here, and the wires, they go all the way up, and that's where we were staying when we first come into town. It goes over that mountain. So the weight of the buckets coming down would pull the other buckets up to the mountain. So that was pretty cool. But the thing is, like, there's so many of these graves where the people died of murder and other things here. Some of them are marked, and I'll read you some of them, and then others are not marked. Which, if you watch Ghost Adventures and those things, they say that those people that aren't remembered, aren't marked, that they may have some kind of paranormal experience or something like that. I don't know how would you say that, Allan? They're not resting in peace, I guess, because well, number one, you were murdered, so you're not resting in peace. You died unexpectedly. And number two, you were buried without any recognition. So this is Harry Gorman. He was killed by George Hirsch, September 1870. This is John Bass, and he was shot by officers 5 times. 1875. What's interesting to note, and Allan, you might be interested in this, you'll notice that all the men's headstones are on that side, but a woman's headstone is facing the other way. Oh. So this is a female. We don't know who it is, but it was a female that was buried here. There's no markings. And so her headstone's facing the other way, compared to everybody else's headstone is on the other side, all the men. Andre Whitlock, killed by Jazz Maxwell. Now, Morgan Courtney lived from 1844 to 1873. That means he was like, what, 29? And died pretty young. He was probably they say the most famous person that's died here. And on his tombstone it said, feared by some, respected by few, detested by others. He was shot in the back 5 times from an ambush. They don't know exactly who killed this young man, but he was shot in an ambush. And incidentally, we just read that he 2 weeks prior, or not 2 weeks, 2 months prior to his death, he tried to commit suicide in Virginia. And then I guess he come out here probably looking for a way to die, either looking for a way to make some money or finding his death. Who knows? Well, he found it, unfortunately. Sad situation. Another footnote, there were 72 violent deaths because some of these people took their own lives. Not everybody was murdered. So you have some people that killed themselves, and back in the day, that, you know, that's a horrible thing. Well, it is a horrible thing today too, obviously, but it was frowned upon, worse. People had a hard time. So just remember, 72 violent deaths before one person died of natural causes. As I'm walking through, a lot of these headstones now don't really have anything on them, so that's kind of sad. And then I'm moving on towards the end of this area. There were probably a lot more deaths that were unmarked here. That's why this place is so haunted. And I'm gonna walk up here to the Chinese cemetery. And what is sad about this is that you know, there were a lot of miners from China that would come over here. They'd work. Obviously they worked on building this country. They worked in the mines, worked on the railroad, and they were really good hard workers. But while these supposedly incorrigibles have a section, the Chinese were just all, if a Chinaman passed away, a Chinese woman passed away, they would just bury him in the same spot. And guys, that's sad. And here's the marker for that.
Right behind me is the marker for the Chinese immigrants that worked the mines here in Pioche. You can see that they didn't get their own tombstones. All they received was this. And there's a plaque down there that is now crushed. You could kind of read it, but as Walt said, it's kind of humiliating that this is all that they got for helping settle the West. So it breaks my heart being Asian also.
you forget what you said? I'm the one that you want. Was it all in my head? Don't give up on me, babe. No, I fell in too deep. Hope that you see it's all or nothing for me. Stay by my side just tonight. My heart is on the line. Stay by my side just tonight. In the morning we can pick up the fight. Don't give up on me, babe. Remember the early days, you and me in the sun. Let the sweet times carry us. Don't give up on me, babe. Even if we need space, I know we'll find a way. Baby, just have to stay. Stay by my side just tonight. My heart is on the line. Stay by my side just tonight. In the morning we can pick up the fight.
Yeah, this is the fine bartender that fixed the angry balls for me.
Stay by my side just tonight. Stay by